Welcome to TNT. We're going to have all kinds of fun and I'm sure unusual happenings here, as we always do on TNT. What do you just... Alfred just grabs his cheaters, you see? When Alfred reads who is going to be on the show, he uses these gargoyle-type, whatever you would call them.
Milk bottle bottles.
You should see the film on those, Alfred. When was the last time these things were cleaned?
Last year.
I have no doubt. Nonetheless, certainly, well, our next guest might be not exactly clean, well, not in the cleanliness sense, but maybe dirty in terms of some of their tactics. Would you please welcome the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, and the Funks.
Sit down, baby. That's all right. Take it easy. That's all right.
Tied him up out there, did you?
Come on, baby. Take it easy. Come on.
Now, during, I don't want to...
Take it easy, Jimmy. Just hold back.
This man going to be all right to be on the show, or what?
This man is just fine.
He's cool. He's cool.
Okay. Jimmy Jack's first appearance on TNT, and I wonder if we could remind you and get some comments in a moment concerning the WrestleMania matchup. It was you and Terry Funk, and I understand that Terry busted his knee up pretty good. We're going to ask you about that in a moment, but right now we're going to take you to some footage of the Funk brothers. It's Terry and Hoss in a tag team matchup. Beg your pardon?
I believe it's Jimmy Jack.
This is Jimmy Jack? Good. Here we go to the footage.
All right, Hoss there with Jimmy Jack Funk. And look at this. Where's Hoss? Hoss right away going to work. Jimmy Jack tagged right in. Jimmy Jack is a Funk that they tried to keep down on the ranch for many years and were successful for some time. He's supposed to be the meanest of all the Funks.
Well, he's cut loose now, and I'll tell you, he's out there and he's out there to do some damage. And look at him. This guy's really got a lot of fire about him, and seems like the typical Funk tactics.
Jimmy Jack and Hoss now. Andre Mallow off the ropes and down to the canvas. Double shoulder block. Ooh, my, what a forearm uppercut. Tag is made, the newcomer now. Dan Kirk down to the canvas. Another one. And now Jimmy Jack. Story has it that Jimmy Jack was kept most of his life in the bunkhouse, Bruno. He was just too rough for the rest of the Funks.
That's what I hear. I've heard that so many times over, but I wonder why. What did he do? Was he just is something wrong with him? I mean, is he some kind of a vicious character that they were afraid to cut loose for those reasons, or what?
I'm not at all sure. Hopefully we will find out more information about Jimmy Jack Funk. Big Hoss now, off the ropes. Are you kidding me? I think Jimmy Hart might have some success against the man in the ring now. Dan Kink, is that his name?
Ken King, I believe. Why, that Funk throws some forearm smashes, I'll tell you. He really puts his weight behind him, and when he connects, he really sends an opponent flying.
Kink out to the concrete floor. Look at Jimmy Hart. Uh-oh. Jimmy Jack. Ooh, wow. Snapmare, Hoss Funk in control. Missing, got up there, got a shot to the ribs, but able to tag his partner, Andre Mallow. Andre off the rope and on the receiving end of an elbow.
Andre Mallow says, get back in here, Ken.
Yeah. Fink goes up and then down to the canvas.
It's a double chicken wing suplex and executed very, very well.
Fink up in the air now. Jimmy Jack holds him up there. Whoa, baby. And the 3 count.
No wonder they had him locked up. The guy's a maniac. They had to lock him up again.
We have The Funk Brothers are not exactly, Mr. Hart, of all the tag teams and individuals you've managed currently and in the past. I would say that perhaps Are you sure this man's all right?
Of course he's all right, baby.
man is fine.
Rough, dirty. We'll do anything to win a match. And you mentioned a while ago, we won the battle in I'm so excited
Let
to
me
hear
say
you talk. We
something.
won the
Sit
battle in
down, sit down,
WrestleMania.
Jimmy.
We won it, baby.
Jimmy, let me say something. It's no secret. We said we would do it ahead of time. We beat the Junkyard Dog on WrestleMania 2. And when we beat the Junkyard Dog, we paid a heavy price. We paid a very heavy price.
Indeed, I
And
understand
after the
that.
match was over, I sat in the dressing room and I looked at my brother's knee, and I swore that we would get even with the Junkyard Dog. So I got on the phone and I called home and I called my cousin Jimmy Jack. Jimmy Jack is the youngest, he's the meanest, and he's the toughest of the Funk family. And we're cutting loose and we're coming after the Junkyard
Tell us a little
Dog.
something about Jimmy Jack. We really haven't heard really anything about Jimmy Jack in the past. I mean, you tried to keep it a secret?
Well, first of all, let's talk about his wrestling ability. This man was due to go to the Olympics in 1984, but because of the boycott, he was
Doubt
unable
that
to
very
participate.
seriously, Hoss. Surely
It's the
you
truth.
jest.
That's the truth.
But nonetheless, I understand that at least rumor has it that this man wasn't allowed to eat in the big house, so to speak. They kept him out in the bunkhouse. He's sort of ostracized from the rest of the Funk family. Why is that, Jimmy Hart?
I'll tell you what, it's because, like I said a while ago, because he'll do anything to win a match. He's rough and he's dirty. And I promise you this, we're going to get even with the Junkyard Dog or anybody else that stands in our way. You haven't seen nothing yet, Vince McMahon, and I promise you that. I was on 3 or 4 weeks ago, right here on TNT, and I made a promise. I said we would beat the Junkyard Dog and humiliate him in WrestleMania 2, and
All
we
right.
did it.
Well, now, when we return, we're going to join you in Texas sort of barbecue you've set up.
Barbecue, baby. Texas
We're going
barbecue.
right back home.
Just for you.
All right, when we return, we'll be back with the barbecue. Stay with us. Looks like you got yourself quite a, what is that, top it around?
You better believe it. This is Texas-style barbecue, baby. Not like they have in the North, baby. This is Texas, baby.
I don't think they have anything quite like this in England, do they, Alfred?
Certainly not. Not for an afternoon picnic. We'd have tea and lemonade or something, but certainly, I don't know, some nice little crumpets with cheese and maybe a little,
Cheese?
yeah, something like that.
Yes, well, joining us, Hoss, come on in here. Hoss Funk coming in, and as you might suspect, via horseback. That's a nice looking horse you got there. Real nice looking. I beg your pardon?
This is Misty.
It's Misty. Yeah, I think Misty would like to have some of this barbecue sauce.
No, Misty doesn't drink barbecue sauce.
Doesn't drink barbecue
Misty
sauce,
is
huh?
my favorite horse from the Double Cross Ranch. So
Well, let me ask you, Jimmy Jack, do you have a horse on the Double Cross Ranch? You
I got 5 horses.
got 5 horses, huh?
I got a horse for any day I want it.
Well, there are 7 days in a week, but
He doesn't have one for Saturday or Sunday, apparently.
Hey, I do too. I got one for any day I want it.
all right, Jimmy Jack is. Oh, look at those! You get to fix yourself a salad.
Yeah, I've already cut one. I'm going to cut a little slice of meat off here. Look at this. This is great. This is beautiful right here. Let me get fix
No, the Funks taught you how to do this. I understand that Terry Funk had something as far as the teaching of the finer skills of the barbecue. Is that correct?
You better believe it. You know, Texas born, Texas bred, baby. And when we die, we'll be Texas dead. I'm telling you right now. But this is great. This is real down home Texas barbecue, baby. Right, Hoss, baby?
Well, I
Look at it,
wonder
look at
if I mean, you handling this is talking about Texas is a little bit out of school, isn't it? I mean, you're not any more of a Texan than I am.
Well, let me tell you what. We wanted to bring you a little Texas hat for you and some Texas chaps and maybe a big old Texas horse for you to ride there. But you see, I'm not a big meat eater or anything. I'm a vegetarian. But I'm gonna load this up because I
Wait a
want you
minute,
to
wait a
taste
minute.
this.
What kind of? Thank goodness you're not a Texan, because I don't know if there's any true Texan that's a vegetarian, right, Hoss?
no true Texan is a vegetarian. I'd like to say this. This reminds me of home. You know that? Everybody's sitting around the barbecue. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's eating, but there is one thing that's missing from this barbecue, and that's my brother Terry Funk. My brother Terry Funk is the biggest party man in the state of Texas. Every week he sets up a barbecue just like that. He's not here. You know why he's not here? You know why he's not here?
Certainly know why he's not here.
Because of the Junkyard Dog. That's why he's not here.
Exactly, and it seems to me that will he return? By the way, I would assume that he did.
Oh, yes. You know, yes, Terry Funk will be back.
Well, now, we understand that Jimmy Jack, if we can talk a little bit, is Jimmy Jack's not exactly.
No, Jimmy Jack is all right. Jimmy Jack is okay. Jimmy Jack is Jimmy Jack is 26 years old, so he just hasn't.
Why have we heard of Jimmy Jack Funk before? Why did you keep him away? It seems to me that the report has it that this man is totally uncontrollable, even by the Funks.
Well, it's like I said, he's 26 years old. He's a great wrestler. He missed out on the '84 Olympics because of the boycott. Jimmy Jack is one of those good-looking young fellas. You see, we keep a mask on him. He's one of those people that all the women can't stay away from. And I can't keep Jimmy Jack away from all the women. That's why he's got the mask on. That's why we've kept him in the background.
How you doing with this basting process over here?
It's looking great. Look at this. Look at this. You like a lot of sauce or what? Why the hell you like it, Vince? Come on, man.
Well, I've been known to get into the sauce from time to time, but I'm not too sure about this.
This is great.
I don't know.
How much
I think we're running out of time here, guys. How much time do we have left? How much time do we have left for this barbecue? I think it's getting a little hot around here.
It's a great. Look at this. This looks great. It's well done, baby. Well done.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to go back and set up. I think our next guest is Bobby Heenan. Alfred, why don't you take over on the barbecue and wrap this sucker up? I'll catch you later.
Okay, Vince.
Tell him hello for us.
I'm not terribly well versed in these things, so perhaps, well, you wouldn't be either because you're not a Texan.
That's right, baby.
Maybe I should ask Horse about this. Horse,
Here, a little more sauce
Here,
there
put this
for
over
Lord
here.
Hayes.
Then put it over here.
well,
This is. What,
you are
tell
going
him
to
what
put
kind
the sauce on there for me?
Oh yeah, because we want you to try this. Look how good this sandwich is, man. This is a good old Texas sandwich, baby. You like a lot of
more
meat.
sauce.
You like a little more sauce? All right, I'll put a little bit more
No,
sauce
thank
on
you.
it right here.
No, thank you. Hey,
A little more sauce. Come here.
get your hands off that. Get your grubby
Well,
hands.
he's hungry. He's
Just
hungry,
take
Lord
your-
Alfred.
Just take your grubby hands off that
Well,
food.
no, wait. This is
You
our.
don't
Wait a
say
minute.
anything about
This
you
is
do
our
not
barbecue.
expect
Wait a
me-
minute. You
I
come
don't
into
care
our
what you
barbecue.
say.
What did he say?
TNT,
How can
John,
you come in our barbecue and tell us what to do?
Hey,
How can you tell us what to do, Lord Alfred? Huh? How do you like that, Lord Alfred? Hey, this is our barbecue. You come to our barbecue and you want to tell us what to do, Lord Alfred? You want to tell us what to do? Well, what you're seeing here is a sample. We get our hands around. We might just take care of it like you, Lord Alfred. Huh? Where's your big buddy now, baby? Where's your big buddy now, Lord Alfred? Huh? Look at him now. Look at him. You look good, Lord. You look good, Lord. You look good, baby. Make sure it's good and tight.
Okay, back with more TNT, and unfortunately, Lord Alfred Hayes has been detained, as we saw a few moments ago, and will not apparently be back with us for this show, and we will hopefully have you. Hopefully, he's all right. We'll have a little progress report on Alfred. You saw what happened to Lord Alfred Hayes. In any event, would you welcome our next guest, Bobby the Brain Heenan? All right, Mr. Heenan, did you see on the monitors what happened to Lord Alfred Hayes?
It was a shame.
It was a shame, wasn't it?
Yep, they should have hooked him up to that horse and drug him down the road. I wouldn't have left him on a tree. I'd have drug him around a little more. It's a shame they didn't.
You would have dragged him with
the horse. Or have him drag the horse. I don't care. I hear Lord Alfred Hayes is now 6'8". Wears a size 9 shirt. Neck.
I found nothing humorous at all about that last incident with the Funks. I find nothing humorous about your comments either in terms of Lord Alfred Hayes, who unfortunately has been suffered any number of attacks from individuals such as yourself here on TNT.
Now you think the mess on him and that slop all over him the way he was, you think that's disgusting?
Yes, I do.
Well, then you know what it is like eating with Uncle Elmer and the boys.
Well, surely you have not dined with Uncle Elmer and the boys, but in a moment we're going to show you some videotape footage. I'm sure you will greatly appreciate this match. It involves no less than King Kong Bundy, I believe in a handicap matchup, as we take you now to this footage. Bobby the Brain Heenan's King Kong Bundy.
I don't know anyone that would want to be underneath the Avalanche from Atlantic City. 458 pounds, I believe the announcer said.
458. You realize that Cripley and those, one weighs 225 and one weighs 230 for a combination of 455. Bundy's
Bundy
big.
weighs as much as both of them put together.
3 pounds more.
Chopped by Bundy. the amazing thing about Bundy, not just his extraordinary size, the amazing thing about him is his agility.
Tremendous agility, but more than that, he knows how to utilize that weight of his so well. I don't know of too many people that really know how to use their weight to their advantage as much as Bundy. And he is strong.
Big John Studd on the outside directing traffic moments ago on one side, Heenan directing traffic on the other.
Well, John Studd is standing out there looking, but he knows he has nothing to be concerned about because Bundy has things well under control.
Bundy is unbelievable.
This is a handicapped match, but I think it's Dos and Cripley who are handicapped.
Yes.
A guy like Bundy.
I'm inclined to agree, Bruno. Oh my, Bundy with awesome power. Studd and Heenan looking on as Bundy scoops up Cripley, dumps him on Paul Dos. And now what's going to happen? Oh no. Bundy! Bundy insisting on the 5 count. Big smile on Big John Studd's face.
And a bigger smile on Bobby Heenan's face. He is thrilled.
Well, Bundy, notwithstanding the handicap matchup and what we have seen in the past with King Kong Bundy, is still recognized as certainly, if not #1, at least in the top 5 contenders for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. And I think, perhaps to your credit, I don't know, Mr. Bundy has lasted a lot longer in terms of contention and come so very, very close. Although he didn't come all that close during WrestleMania, that was a different kind of a match.
Yes, that was a lot different kind of a match. I was there.
Yes, I recall you
There's
being
something
there.
that people don't know about. Have you people seen a cage match before?
Yeah.
Did you notice that was a different kind of a cage?
Yeah.
Yes. And the door was specially made so Bundy could not get out of that cage. He could barely get in that cage. I'm 230 pounds, and it was tight for me to get in the cage. Did you notice Hogan didn't even try to come through the door in his entrance to the ring? He climbed over the top. That's the way he was going to go out. We were set up on that.
You were set up?
Yes.
Well, Bundy had an opportunity to go over the top just as well as Hogan.
Well, that go 15, 16 feet up in the air with his weight. We didn't know what kind of a cage that was. What if it would have come apart? Could have killed the man. We were going for the door. We thought we were getting a fair shake.
Thought you were getting the fair shake.
Now, if Hogan is any kind of an athlete, if he's any kind of a heavyweight champion of the world, he'll give us a return match.
I'm sure he wouldn't object to that. Why should he object to that?
Because he doesn't have 15 or 20,000 pounds of steel to help him, and a bunch of World Wrestling Federation promoters, and Jack Tunney, and everybody else backing him and watching out for him all the time, being a policeman.
Let me ask you this. The ribs are still healing, even as we speak, on Hulk Hogan. He sustained some damage as well on the cage, but to the ribs...
cards. I'm sorry about that.
Beg your pardon?
I'm all out of get well card, and I'm sorry.
You're all out of get well cards. Well, I would think that that even in the condition that Hulk Hogan is in, that should there be a rematch, that'd be one thing you'd go for right away, would be the ribs.
If they're hurt, yes. Wouldn't you?
No, I don't think I'd want to...
See, because that's why you're not a competitive person. All your life you were probably pampered. You probably were driven to school back and forth, weren't you?
Yes,
Your hands
probably.
ever dirty?
My hands are only when they...
Now, you're a good-sized guy. I imagine you've worked out a lot.
My hands are only dirty when I shake hands with the likes of you, Mr. Heenan. For what you represent, I mean, a man that does have the kind of talent that you have, it's just a shame the way that you waste your talent. And it's a travesty, I think.
How do I waste my talent?
Trying to go behind, trying to weasel around things. I'm sorry.
Slip of the tongue, right?
I'm sorry.
Just accidentally came out, right?
I'm sorry. We'll be back with more TNT, and we'll have Corporal Kirshner to join us, as a matter of fact. So stay tuned for more TNT. Hi, we're back with more TNT, and as I said before, you can be excused.
No. See, I'm going to show you something that anybody can sit here and talk to you and do what Alfred Hayes does, nod his head. I'm not leaving. I'm going to be your co-host today. Because eventually this show is going to be mine.
Well, I'm not too sure about that. If you get out of line, I must warn you, you're going to have to leave. If you get out of line. Would you please welcome our next guest, Corporal Kirshner. Well,
A weasel.
sit down. We'll just ignore him, that's all. We'll just ignore him.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, and obviously you are on a tear as of late. Bulking up, what do you weigh now?
Bulking up, I'm up to about 262.
262.
You know, I've been in a battle with a certain Iranian and a Russian. And that's what brought my flag with me. Because I wanted to take a good look at it, because when I'm finished with you, that's what you're going to be seeing is stars. Way out there.
Mr. Heenan, you've seen your share of stars in the past, haven't you?
Oh, yes. Cher.
We're not talking movie stars.
Candace Bergen.
Yeah, well, yes, Adonis.
Shining star.
Shining stars. All right. In any event, we have some footage here for involving Corporal Kirshner, and I believe it might be the Sheik. All right, let's take you now to this footage with Corporal Kirshner squaring off against the Iranian, the Iron Sheik. Here we go.
But this Kirchner is such a fired-up guy, and I think he really rocked him this match because he hates both of these guys with a passion, and now he feels that he's really got a chance to really do the Sheik in.
Headbutt.
Look, well, look
Kirshner
at this.
now with the Iron Sheik, whips him to the ropes, and off. Yep. What's that? We just saw. What flag was that? Kirshner with the Sheik, gets him up, back body drop. That's Nikolai Volkov in the background.
It sure is. It's Volkov.
Oh, from behind. Kirshner attacked by the Iron Sheik. Kirshner was looking at Volkov. Look at that clothesline.
Well, that's exactly what happened. Volkov distracted him, and for the second that he did, the Sheik took advantage, and right now Kirshner is on the receiving end.
Could be over right about now. Abdominal stretch. The Sheik does not have the toe hooked around the ankle. Kirshner may be able, yes, he powers out of it. Off the rope, Corporal Kirshner missing with the elbow.
Well, that was great the way he got out of that abdominal stretch. He took the Sheik over for a nice hip toss. It's too bad that he missed that elbow smash, because they might have just done it for a round. Now look at this. Look at Freddie Blassie out here.
Oh, no. What is this? Consultation on the part of Freddie Blassie. The Iron Sheik. Blassie being warned by the referee.
Well, you know, this is not right. Imagine, if you will. Oh, there he goes outside the ring.
Whoa.
There's Kirchner in the ring with the Sheik, and he has to worry about Volkov outside the ring. You know, that's got to be a little tough, and Blassie too.
Hear the gravelly voice of Blassie calling Kirshner a yellow dog. His fans are almost deafening with the volume of the chant USA. Kirshner off the rope. Sheik sets him up. Back body. No! 1, 2. Oh, my, was that close.
Very close.
I bet Freddie Blassie almost had a heart attack on that one.
I think so.
Off the rope. Ooh. Telegraph there on the part of Kirshner.
Yeah, he did, and he got caught with that big Buddha here for the Sheiks. Let's see, 1, 2. Whoa, that was close. That was very close.
Kirshner, not the most accomplished wrestler, scientific-wise, but he's wanted the most game. He'll stay in there all night long if he can, all week long.
A lot of
Off the
guts.
rope. Both men down now.
Now he's got tremendous desire, tremendous courage, and he's got a real will to battle in that ring.
Look, block. Kirshner blocking it again. Kirshner sets up the Sheik. Kirshner with the Sheik perhaps in a bit of trouble. Whips him to the rope, sets him up, gets him up, goes to back. Down. The cover gets a leg. Oh, come on. Volkov blatantly interfering in the matchup. Ripping the shirt of Kirshner. Strangling with it now. Beat Brian Blair. Jumping Jim Brunzell in to help out. We saw the Bees earlier on this week. And just like us, everyone wanted to get a good look at this matchup. I'm sure it'll go down as a victory for Kirshner, but let's get the official word.
The winner of this bout, as a result of a disqualification, Corporal Kirshner.
All right.
Thank you. It's one thing, Mr. McMahon, is I love getting in the ring with those two. It's been a constant war.
Excuse me for a second. Are you with us, Mr. Heenan?
Are we boring you?
Are you with us? You have
I'm
your
not bothering anybody.
feet on the furniture.
I'm just watching good matches and listening to some inspiring comments here.
Could you please take your feet off the furniture?
Sorry.
You don't do that at home, do you?
No, I have good stuff.
Yes. Nonetheless, it appears to me that you, as of late, have been teaming up with any number of tag team partners.
Various tag team partners, the Golden Boy, Danny Spivey. I've teamed up with the Junkyard Dog, George the Animal Steel, and
Tell me what it's like to team up with the Animal. That's got to be a little different,
I love
isn't
it.
it?
It's great. Animal is just brutal. He gets right down to it. We get Sheik and Volkov in the ring. They're fighting for their lives.
Well, now, the Animal has a very unusual style. I mean, very unpredictable, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's what makes him so good.
But
That's what makes him a terror.
It's a problem
Tagging out
communicating.
sometimes a little bit problem
Yeah,
here
I would
and
think
there,
so, yes.
keeping his attention on the match, but when he's in there, they know the Animal's in there.
How would you and the Animal fare against a combination like Stud and Bundy?
Stud and Bundy, how should we put it? Let's say we'll go for what we know. We'll wrestle him, we'll fight him.
That won't
we'll
take
do
long.
the best we can. Yeah, we probably
That shouldn't take you guys too long.
Not long at all.
Everything you guys know could be done about the first 4 seconds of that
First
match.
4 seconds. We just might
Heenan,
beat
can I
your
ask the
team
guest
of
a
Bundy
question?
and Stud.
Of course, Mr. Heenan. I mean, you
I'm
want
a
to take over the
co-host.
show? Sure, yeah. Okay.
Are you aware that there are other stores around besides the Salvation Army to purchase your wardrobe?
Obviously, you don't know the 82nd Airborne attire.
Obviously, he doesn't. See that? That's all American, Mr. Heenan.
You wouldn't know anything about that.
Airborne.
It's jumping out of airplanes and
Why would
special
anybody
training.
jump out of a perfectly good running airplane?
Why?
I don't know, but a lot of people would push you, I'm sure, out of a very good running airplane.
Without the parachute.
We'll be back as we continue with more TNT. To join us, Hillbilly Jim. Stay with us. All right. Live with more
Amazing.
TNT.
Just amazing.
What's amazing?
As much as these guys play together and practice, how you can keep getting worse is beyond me. Oh, Elmer's here. I hear the missus.
You hear the what?
The missus.
You don't mean the lovely Mrs. Elmer that was married on Saturday Night Main Event, do you?
Oh, yep, I do. That lovely one.
You do?
Yep. You know what's got...
You have a kind word for everyone, don't
Yes,
you?
I do. You know it has 17 teeth and an IQ of 9?
No.
Uncle Elmer's whole family.
All right. An individual just might take exception to those remarks. Our next guest, would you please welcome Hillbilly Jim? Brain Heenan, I'm sure that you would take that song, certainly the title of it, to heart, would you not?
Shucks, sure would. I'll make you feel at home. I'm wearing glasses, remember?
Make who feel at home?
The Mudlick's finest. Here.
Well, I'll go along with that. Definitely Mudlick's finest as well as...
It's a small town, isn't it?
Yeah, it's real small.
I heard the city limit signs are on the same post.
Yeah, that's right.
I hear
We have a
April's
lot
nice
of
there.
we have a lot of little critters right there too. Weasels, you know. We trap most of them. Though. You see this right here?
Get him, Jim.
This is a little horseshoe of the first horse I ever had. His favorite pastime was stepping on little critters like little moles and weasels and whatnot. I think this is, you might want to hold on to that there, buddy. It's
Well, it's
a weasel stomper.
A weasel stomper, huh? Boy, if you could put those on the market, you'd make a fortune. We have right now some tag team videotape action. Let's take you now to the tape.
All right, referee trying to get a little order here, and the Hillbillies want to get down with a hold down. Bob Bradley, Terry Gibbs, teaming up, I believe, for the first time. Both of whom, on an individual basis, are quite accomplished in terms of their wrestling skills.
They certainly are. Ordinarily, under normal circumstances, both Bradley and Terry Gibbs, they can give their opponents quite a bit of competition, but now we see two super heavyweights, and we'll see just what they can do against the Hillbilly Jim and Uncle Elmer.
All right, now, Bruno, what advice would you give Terry Gibbs on the rope and a shoulder block he's going nowhere? What advice would you give Gibbs and his tag team partner, Bradley?
One, certainly not to start shooting tackles right away. I've always maintained that what you do is you try to get these people off their feet if you can. And the way to do that, you should go low, try to get them around the ankle there, try to trip them up, because if you get them down on the mat, then perhaps you can do something with them. But as long as you leave them on their feet, you can shoot tackles, drop kicks, and you're going to be very ineffective.
Terry Gibbs now locking up with Hillbilly Jim. Standing side headlock. Jim grinding it out a little bit. Shoved in a rope, coming off, shoulder block by Big Jim. You won't see too many fancy moves by these Hillbillies, and I guess really they don't have to use the fancy moves, Bruno. They're very successful.
That's for sure. When you're as big and strong as the Hillbillies are, you don't need a lot of fancy moves.
There's one they have for sure accomplished, and that's the bear hug. Uh-oh, look out. Oh, look at this. Uh-oh.
Well, grabbing both of them was pretty hard to really put a lot of power behind, because Hillbilly Jim could not hook his hands together to really put all the strength behind it.
Was that a legal tag? I don't think it was. We have Bob Bradley in there. I think it's supposed to be Gibbs.
Absolutely, because he had Gibbs in a bear hug, and Gibbs had never made the tag. So Bradley does not belong in that ring, and he got away with an illegal tag. But however, what good is it doing him? Look at this.
Up in the air, Bob Bradley. Oh, my. Gibbs comes in and takes one on the top of the head. Another roundhouse right by Hillbilly Jim. Jim now with a tag. Big ol' Elmer ambles into the ring. Off the rope. Oh, my. Look, what's Elmer gonna do? Oh! That could polish him off. And they're done.
All right. Even you would have to be impressed, Mr. Heenan, with the tag team. You all right?
I think I'm coming down with something.
Having a problem, are you?
Didn't clean up after the rodeo in here, did they? I'm talking about you, pal. I'm talking about you.
Now, just
Manager of the year, huh?
I don't think so. As a
I don't
matter of
either.
fact,
They don't think so either.
no, I'm sure.
They don't
no.
think.
Take him out, Jim.
Now, I understand that you've brought along your guitar there, and I understand that if you would, maybe a little later on, you'd sing us a tune. How about
Be
that?
proud to, Vince. Be my
Would you?
pleasure. Yeah.
All right. Well, and hopefully, Mr. Heenan will be quiet and allow you to do your stuff. Don't Go Messing with a Country Boy, by the way, was a very successful, very popular tune, and I would think that we're going to be seeing more of those. Maybe even a Hillbilly Jim album. Is that possible?
Whew. Doggone, I don't know, but it should be nice with it. Would y'all like to hear that? I'd like to do that.
Just out of curiosity, what did you think of Don't Go Messing with the Country Boy?
The second best record I've ever heard recorded in life.
The second best?
Yes.
What was the first?
Everything else was tied.
You know, you really.
I'm not into country and western.
You're not into country and western?
No, I'm sorry. I'm not into doing that and talking to Granny on the back porch and petting Old Blue and maybe. Is it true the reason
well, maybe that's why
you and Elmer
so
invited the most picnics is just to keep the flies off the food?
Maybe that's why he's so uncomfortable. You know, he don't know how to have a good time.
No, he probably doesn't.
You ever been to Rodeo Drive? You ever been to some of the finest eating establishments?
All right, in any event, we'll be back as we continue. All right, back with more TNT, and I'm very, very happy to say we just have learned that Lord Alfred Hayes will be returning right here to occupy that particular seat you're currently in, Mr. Heenan.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I sure wouldn't want to sit out here for any more of this.
You want to subject yourself to
No, I don't want to sit out here. You realize, Hellbilly Jim, you think that's such an accomplishment because he can play the guitar, don't you, and sing?
Nice.
Remember, even the messed up little kid in Deliverance could play a banjo. So what does that tell you?
What instrument do you play?
Do I play? Oh, like I said, I play the guitar. I can play the piano. I can go over there and play. Now those instruments are not in tune.
Yeah, I doubt it very seriously. Nonetheless,
They're the
we thank you
originaires
for
of
joining
Stump
us
the
this
Band,
week on
aren't they?
TNT. So long, everybody.